Okay, can you guys hear me okay? I'm gonna do a quick audio check. Let me know in the chat, please, if you can hear me. We will get started momentarily. Thank you everyone for joining. Lots to go over tonight. Lots of new stuff. Hopefully it'll be entertaining. Any questions that you guys have, let me know. Kurt and Nomad Cards are here. Awesome. Welcome. Let's go ahead and get some more tabs open here. Got our eBay, got 130 point for comps. Go ahead and load up our sniping service as well. We'll go ahead and clear this out. See if there's anything I'm watching right now. Thanks for the live. Capital Cards, thank you for joining. Excited to... There's an echo. Okay, let me see if I can... Let's see. Is there still an echo? Let me know if you're still hearing an echo. eBay reselling made easy. Thanks for doing this. No more echo. Okay, perfect. Just had a volume issue. Awesome. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into this. As kind of a quick introduction, um, there's a lot that goes on with PSA throughout the year, kind of ebbs and flows, like with turnaround times and with how strict they grade different sets and everything like that. So I really have been thinking, and I've gotten a lot of messages about this, and it's super important to use strategies that are repeatable and scalable. So we're going to kind of focus on that tonight. I'm going to be sharing a lot of principles kind of as I'm looking through cards, and we will go through that. One thing that you need to be hyper aware of is what current PSA turnaround times are. So I'm quickly going to show you guys a resource that I use. There's this running PSA order tracker. If you just type it into Google, it'll be the first result from Blowout Cards. If you go here and go to the last page and just kind of look, you'll see tons of posts like this where people will post the dates of their PSA orders as they hit each stage. Very, very important to be hyper aware of this because you don't want to be getting cards back too late. That's one kind of kryptonite, I guess, of this strategy is getting cards back too late into the season. How close to the estimated completion time are everyone's submissions? Yeah, it really depends. I mean, I haven't had one pop for a while. I just had a value max one pop yesterday, but that's not really, I mean, bulk is the one that we're all really concerned about. Um, I think they tend to be pretty conservative with their turnaround estimates. It's definitely more common that they'll turn them around, 10 days quicker than their estimate versus, at the estimate or a little bit over. That's just my experience. So we're going to jump into this. Things are changing. I'm not buying NFL anymore because of that fact. If PSA is taking 3.5 months, 4 months, I don't want to be getting cards back in September. I just sent off my last NFL submission yesterday with a regular submission. They're pretty accurate from my experience other than dual service. Yeah, dual services can take forever. So one thing that I've really been targeting as I'm switching back over to basketball is just Wemby rookies again. Select last year was a super, super clean set. Don't really want to buy from Japan unless I'm buying multiples or China. Select was a super clean set last year, and a lot of them still have pretty good margins. So I'm targeting that again this year. So we're going to go through, there's not as many, obviously. Sent one out on March 29th, and it's still unshipped. Wow. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, the value max value bulk hack is a lifesaver. It totally is. I've done that with my past two orders now, and it saves about a month. We got lots of the base, which I don't want. Um, this is DC Sports, so I'll look closely at it. Just with big consigners in general, you want to look closely at it. Probstein as well. But Select was so clean last year. It's just hard to pass up. I've started buying, um, oh, nice. I like this. I've started buying a bit more from, sorry, a bit more Select as I'm switching into basketball from last year. And I've probably gotten six or so Wembies in so far. All of them have looked so good. So there's still gradable Wembies out there. Um, Definitely a good target. I've also got Facebook posts going. We're going to hit that tonight. It's going to be a good night. Lots of stuff to go over. Do you buy a bunch from Murazond from Japan? No, not really. I have once, I think, last year actually, I bought a bunch of Court Kings Wembies from them, and they all turned out to be good. I think it's fine. I just think, yeah, if you're gonna buy one, you kind of have to commit to multiples to make the shipping worth it, and it does take longer, so got to get on there early. Honestly, even if you don't have value max-ish cards, it's worth sending a card you know will gem. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, it saves a month. If you're submitting 50 cards at the bulk level and you can save a month on it, it's worth spending a little extra to get it in the door sooner. Yeah, this type of stuff right here. This one is a little off center, top to bottom, but I'm still going to take a look at it. Um, wish these weren't from Japan and China, but it's okay. Look at that one. I don't know that inserts are really going to have the margins that I'm looking for. 32 seems pretty high for a silver concourse, but we'll take a look. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to take a look and see, go through these. Silver mezzanine. I just got a green ice mezzanine in today, and it looks really good. Very excited about that. So when we send out basketball and get them back, when are you looking to sell? As soon as you get them back, or wait closer to the NBA draft? Well, I mean, they're going to be back after the draft, even submitting them right now. I usually just sell right as I get them back, regardless of the sport. Um, I won't rush too much unless I'm backed up to the start of the season. But yeah, I like to try to sell right away, um, just to keep the cash flow going. Yeah, we'll just add a bunch of these. Um, Courtside elephant. I just put in a courtside silver. I would have put it in with the regular submission if we were closer to the NBA season, but I don't mind waiting a little longer on that. So I just put it in with the bulk. Man, so many from China. I'm kind of tempted, actually, with if I can get a bunch from this toll guy. We'll see. There's only 5 pages, so we'll just skim through all these really quick, and then we'll move on to some other stuff. Um, okay. Is that a silver? Take a look. I don't think that's a silver. 25 seems expensive for that. We'll take a look at these though for sure. Flashes are a little bit tougher. Um, I would not buy from Toll. I've only ever gotten damaged cards in my experience. Okay, good to know. I will keep that in mind. I will definitely keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah, so is anyone new? Like, is anyone a first time watcher today? I don't want to bore people going over things I've gone over in the past, but if anyone's here for the first time tonight, I can definitely um, go through things a little bit more in depth. So I usually like to watch things first, just kind of bulk my tasks together. So go through the listings and watch them, then come over here and import my watch list. Um, and then just go through and set bids based on recent comps. So I'm not going to bore you guys and set bids on everything. I'm just going to kind of go through the process a couple times, then we'll move on to some other stuff. Okay, a couple first time watchers to the live. That's good to know. Well, I appreciate you guys joining. Um, it really means a lot. I know I'm not a big channel and I probably never will be because I definitely don't do a lot of, you know, entertaining content, but I do feel like I've been able to connect with a lot of viewers and it is really fulfilling. So I don't think that's a scratch right there or anything. It could be. Looks more like almost like a hair in there, or it might just be with the ice pattern. And yeah, here's a little hack. Ice parallels grade pretty easily because they can hide a lot of dimples and scratches. So it's a little more forgiving to grade ice versus like a silver prism or stuff like that. Okay, so look at comps now, and we'll actually getting ahead of myself. I usually like to check the seller's other items and see if they sell a lot of graded stuff. A couple graded cards, but the serial numbers are older and they're not close together, which means they're probably not from the same. Well, oh yeah, he at least grades baseball. Um, those serial numbers were pretty much back to back. This one too. Okay, so maybe there might be a reason why this one's not being graded. Let's check the comp on it. Thoughts on auctions versus buy it now? I like auctions. I do a fair amount of buy it now as well. Yeah, it's already at 20. I'm not gonna bid over that for a potentially damaged card when comps are 15 to 18. So I'll just go ahead and not go for that one. I primarily do auctions and Facebook groups is where I get most of my cards. Buy it now can be really good. I just feel like it's a little bit more consistent with auctions. I don't have a lot of time. So I kind of like, I do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. So I like to do things that are consistent and that I know I can kind of pack a lot of value into a little bit of time. So that's why I like auctions. With buy it now is you can be looking for 15 minutes and not really find anything. I like to be super efficient. So these are tough, and the fact that this is a consigner is not ideal. because the flashes, they just have a lot of print lines. Um, but and with a lot of sets, I wouldn't even give this the time of day, but I'm gonna take a look at the comp here and see um, just see what the comp is. Maybe bid a little bit under comps and just see what we can get. There's a high one of 43 going for 26. Okay, back to the 40s. See what PSA graded copies are doing. Huh, interesting. Some people call it shock. Let's see if that brings up anything. Okay, yeah, okay. So in the 120s range for a 10, 160, 112. Okay, so I mean, I would bid like, I don't want to go too high, but I would go maybe like 32. Worst case scenario, I can resell it raw and just lose a little bit. That'll be fine. Probstein, another big consigner. Don't you get sick of playing the hot potato game with ultra modern and PSA bulk turnaround times? Um, yes and no. Yeah, I mean, I definitely get sick of the inconsistency at PSA, but I mean, everything is a double-edged sword, right? Like when they do specials or when they're turning around orders quick, there's a lot more competition because so many more people are grading. Then they slow down and there's a lot less competition because people are like, ah, I don't want to grade right now. I'm just going to resell my grading stack to get cash. So you can capitalize in either scenario. Um, I think, yeah, like again, like kind of what I mentioned at the very beginning, it's good to find strategies that are repeatable, scalable, and consistent because then you're just going to be able to repeat it throughout the year. And like if you have to stop buying football a little bit early, like I'm doing, no big deal. You just move on to basketball a little bit early and snatch up the stuff that people aren't willing to grade. Like, you know, it goes both ways. So it is tricky. It can be tricky. You have to be aware of these things and you can't just blindly submit everything. Man, a PSA 10 only did $75 of this? That is crazy. That is crazy. $66 for PSA 10? I don't want to pay more than 20. Really don't even want to pay 20. What's the shipping on this? Oh, 525 shipping fee too. Oh yeah, I guess it's Probstein. Um, I'll probably put in like a maybe like 17 and I'll just try to buy a couple more things from Probstein. Um, yeah, we'll go from there. We'll just do this one really quick and then we'll move on to some other stuff. We can come back to this later, but I can do a lot of the bulk work on my own time. Okay. I mean, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary here. It's hard to judge surface from pictures. If there's anything that looks iffy on like a bigger card, you can always message for more pictures. Yeah, so I'll probably go for this one. So it's the scope here. Fake Panini sticker, red flag. Oh, on this one here. Huh, I didn't even notice. Let's see if there's anything in the description about it. Not too worried. I mean, if anything's crazy wrong, eBay's pretty good about returns. It's a mint 9, right? Okay. I was gonna say, if that's a PSA 10, that is wild. 40, 66, 100. It's all over the place. I guess that was before his injury. So last one did 41. That's a pretty good price point to get in at. I'd be happy getting it for like probably 50. Honestly, I mean, coming up to the season, that should be a $150 card in a PSA 10. Okay. Um, so let's go. Actually, okay. Yeah, we'll jump over to Facebook now. So, okay. So I'm kind of just make sure I'm not sharing anything sensitive. Okay. So I made a couple posts here on Facebook earlier, and sorry for the minimized window. I just don't want it fully expanded so people can see my sensitive information. So I just wanted to show you guys my Facebook buying process as well. We'll move back over to eBay with some other stuff in a little while. But I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this. I made a couple different posts in a couple different groups. So this is my post here. Raw Wemby rookies, also buying Cooper Flag, Raw Bowman Chrome, paying 100% of recent comps. Then I have listed, exactly what I'm looking for. So go ahead and sort by newest first, and we'll just go through these and see. Finest showstoppers out of 150. 25 shipped. It does look off-centered a little bit. Um, we can take a look. I'll open up another 130-point window here. Yeah, not used to the minimized window. Okay, so I know it's unlicensed, but I don't shy away from that if the margins are there. He's doing this for 25 shipped? Seriously? I'll take it. And what I would do with this, if people are offering stuff like under comps like this, you always just want to make sure to vet their profiles and always use PayPal goods and services for payment. It will protect you. Um, this one looks a little off-centered here. Well, it's hard to tell with that design. I actually don't think it's too off-centered. It's a little bit, but I think it's too bad. Let's ask him what his price is. Optic can be good. That one looks pretty off-center top to bottom though. Let's see. 90 shipped. What was I doing? The orange and green selects. That seems a little high to me. Let's see. Flash concourse. 23. PSA 10 did 70. PSA 10 did 114. Yeah, I wouldn't mind paying 25 shipped for that one, but I don't think this is going to be 90 for both. We already looked this one up. Yeah, I mean, I'd pay like 35 on this. I would do like 60 probably. Never hurts to make an offer. That's select. Like, I would even overpay for that a little bit. If he counters at like 70 shipped, I would probably do that. Okay, this is interesting. This looks like a maybe one of the national cards. I don't know if that one's exactly what I'm looking for, but that's okay. Oh yeah, so if, I kind of went through this post a little bit. Will we be able to re-watch this after? Yeah, you should be able to. It'll probably take a little bit to show up, but you should be able to find it in my live tab. Um, yeah, my live tab on my channel. So yeah, I circled a couple of these ones that I was interested in, and he said to make an offer. Um, so I mean, I really like pictures of the back on some of these, like the optic and the mosaic. Maybe I'll come back to that one later. It's always okay to ask for more pictures. Good deal. Thanks again. Yeah, thanks for coming by. Yeah, lots more stuff planned for tonight. So he's doing this razzle dazzle for 125. Looks like there's a print line there. I'm just curious. 103.96. Yeah. I mean, the margins are there, but this is going to be a tough grade. Tough grade. It's not a terrible asking price, but with the print line there and everything, yeah, I'd rather not do that. Buying Cooper flag as well. I think I asked for the price on each of these. Um, I'll just let him respond when he responds. 650. What is this? Blue ice. Are you targeting anyone else aside from Wemby and Flag? Yes, I am. Yeah, we'll do some more searches later on some other players. But yeah, I mean, it's tough because this rookie class wasn't as good as last year. Last year was pretty loaded. I mean, obviously you had Wemby, and whenever there's kind of a big superstar, he kind of carries that, and prices kind of trickle down into some of the other rookies, like the Thompson twins did really well last year. A couple other guys. I'm intrigued by this. 'Cause this guy declared for the draft, and he's supposed to be a top 10 pick. When are you going to make a video tutorial for your website? Oh yeah, that's a good question. I've had some people asking me about this. I've wanted to for a while. I'm still putting it together. I hope to have it out in the next couple weeks. There's lots of really good stuff coming for the website. I've been video chatting with several folks, kind of walking them through it, helping them get set up, and I've gotten some great suggestions and new features that I'll be adding. What's he asking? 28? Yeah, I would do 28 for this for sure. And usually I would message them here, but I don't want to give away people's info here. This one's a little off-centered. It's quite a bit off-centered. That's why I'm not going for it. But yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to use the website that I made to track their profits, I'm happy to jump on a call with you guys and kind of walk you through it, see if it's a good fit. Um, yeah, I'll be very transparent about things. Like I've said, I don't charge for anything except for using the website. It's $9.99 a month, but those who are using it um, are definitely seeing the value there, and you can try it out for free. And you can jump on a call with me and see if it's a good fit. So let me know if anyone wants to, anyone's interested in that. This one's off center, top to bottom. It's kind of sneaky. You have to look above this blue line here, and then this whole gap down there. So it's tough. It's close. 55 shipped. I mean, I'll look it up. I guess this is I don't know what this parallel is called exactly. Um, oh, it is the black wave. Okay. 49.55. That's not a bad asking price. I just wouldn't really want to pay that if it's a little off-centered. So, okay. Yeah, so getting some messages, gonna close some deals out. Um, just a base. Doesn't matter how many times you specify no base in your Facebook posts. Um, there'll always there'll always be lots of comments with base stuff. This one's actually pretty well centered out of 299. It's asking 250 on it. Let's see what these are doing. Yeah, I mean, he probably had a $280 offer a month ago when they were still in the tournament or something. Because yeah, that's not happening. Respectfully pass. And when the prices are this far off, I don't even really bother offering just because I don't want to waste anyone's time. I don't want to waste my time. Genies. This one's probably a tough grade, so I want to be careful. PSA 9 at 197, raw 197. It's not a bad asking price. Some of these are older though, before his injury. PSA 10 at 550 before his injury. I don't know that I want to spend. That's probably even on a good day, a $450 card right now. Losing money on a 9, so yeah, we'll pass on that one. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to the other um get rid of all these. The other post that I made. I made the exact same post. I just copied it into another group. So there will be some duplicates here. Just skip through those. What do you usually pivot to in the summer when it's not optimal to buy any of the big three sports? Um, that's a good question. Um, what did I do last year? Last year I bought a bunch of Kobe and LeBron stuff. I graded like 50 LeBron rookies from his two rookie box sets. Um, So kind of just try to get creative. It's always good to find liquid stuff when you can, but yeah, that is a tough time, especially when PSA is slow to get stuff back. But Otani is one you can grade year round. Even a lot of his newer parallels that are numbered and stuff, you can grade and do pretty well with. Um, so legend players are good, players that have more of a cemented mark it off center, top to bottom. Again, kind of tough, but you got to look above this dark blue line below there. So off center there for sure. Um, I don't like buying jerseys. Just thick cards are tough to grade. The dark border there, that's going to be tough to grade too. Not buying graded. That's another thing. You'll always get slabs even when you post raw only. Okay. So let's go back to this one because we've got some more people commenting here. Yeah, lots of stuff here. Okay. Can't. My lowest would be 80 shipped. It's tough. It's tough. I don't blame him. I mean, he'll probably be able to get that in 2 months, but I wouldn't want to pay that far over comps right now. I mean, that's like 40 bucks for each. It's a little tough. Um, yeah, so I'll pass on that. You can look through some of these. I think most of it's pretty basic stuff. Not really stuff I'm looking for. But yeah, I'm a huge proponent for buying on Facebook. You don't even have to pay 100% of comps. A lot of times you can make deals at 90% of comps that you'll be happy with and the seller will be happy with to do it off of eBay. You can get bulk deals done. And like I always say, it's amazing to buy on Facebook and keep track of the sellers you like. You can do that on eBay too, obviously, but Facebook Messenger is just nice and quick. You can always be messaging sellers that you like, seeing what they have that's new in inventory. You got to be tracking your sellers. There's a way to do it on the website I made, so if you want to check it out, again, link in the description. As long as you have a way to do it, that's fine. It's super important. And I have some cool features coming out soon on the website related to sellers. So let me know on the tiger stripe. Must have missed his comment. Okay, so we will move that back up here for now. We'll look for some more later. But now, let's look for Stefan Castle. Um, Obviously, Prism is tough this year, but I'm still open to it with this guy if I can find some of the um, parallels. In fact, yeah, we're just gonna want to narrow this down because Panini makes a million different cards of everyone. What number is it? 234. Japan stuff. Yeah, we'll just take a look at some of this stuff and see what we can do. These are going to have really good margins in PSA 10s, but they are going to be tough grades, so we'll have to be a little bit careful as we look through these. Be nice to get a silver to gem. We'll look through a couple of these. Lots of China stuff again. Overpriced stuff. That one's way off center, top to bottom. Looks, yeah, that one's way off centered as well. Take a look at that one. It's a nice one. Anything numbered? Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these. Um, and then yeah, we'll look at some other stuff later. Just gemmed a Michael Penix silver. Nice. That's a good card to gem. Okay, we'll see if we can catch some of these. It's a little off center, top to bottom, and left to right, but I feel like it's close enough. That corner doesn't look too great, and that corner definitely doesn't look good, so it's a no-go. Prism is tough this year. I mean, usually like each set has like one or two things you have to be aware of. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going. Prism, it's everything this year. Centering, surface, edges, and corners. It's literally everything. Just abysmal. This one's way off center, top to bottom. Gonna pass on that one. Okay. Keep it going here. Centering looks good here. And again, the ice parallels are a little bit nicer. Got a little bit more leeway grading those. Man, we may have just found a clean Prism card in the wild. Yeah, um, yeah, Caleb says it's weird too. Some 2024 Prism cards gem up that look way beyond 55-45. Yeah, I kind of have had that issue from the beginning with Prism this year. Like the centering is almost like an optical illusion. Like it's weird. And I think that PSA is a business. They want to grade your cards. I think they're taking it a little bit easier on Prism now. There was so much noise in the beginning about how tough they were, and PSA wants to grade your Prism stuff. They want your money, so I think they are taking it a little bit easier now. Orange Ice. See what these are going for. 1650, 28, 25, 20. I'll go like 20. One sold for 30 today. I'd go like maybe 25. Shipping is cheap, right? 125. Yeah, I'd go like 26. I feel like this it could be $100 card. BGS hands out 9.5s on Prism like candy. That's interesting. Are people even making money on Beckett 9.5s though with Prism? I guess they probably are a little bit. Yeah, this one appears to be quite a bit off-centered. Never know till you get stuff in hand. And silvers are just so tough. Corners look pretty good though. Some whitening there. I don't know. Onyx Blue Ice 9.5 sold for 2K. Raw is 700, 800. Wow. I wonder what the PSA 10 would go for. That's crazy. Maybe I should have been grading my Prism stuff with Beckett this year. I don't want to take a chance on that. I will look at this one. What do you think of optics quality so far? I feel like every card I've looked at has a terrible back surface from packs. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm not really buying optic football because I wouldn't get it back in time. So I know that is, yeah, that's kind of tough. Yeah, that corner's messed up. That was kind of tough for me to swallow. But I kind of just made the decision like, hey, I'm not going to push it too much. I need to get stuff back before the season. So I'm not really even going to mess with um, optic football this year. So I did a lot of optic preview. I still have a lot of that at PSA. Hopefully I don't get crushed too much on it. I think it'll grade fine, but hopefully I don't get crushed on the resale value too much. Go through a couple more of these Wembies kind of in the interim here. It's off center top to bottom, but I've had no problem gemming these with worse centering than this one. So let's see. Yeah, no real red flags here. This is the Blue Ice Concourse. Got a Knicks Blue Ice Raw. Probably try to RCR it at National. Oh, that's a good idea. Raw card review. My last sub, I went 10 for 11 gems on preview, but oh, nice. But price is dropping. Hurt a little. Yeah, yeah. I hope that I think I'll get a solid gem rate on them. Hope I don't get crushed on the grades. I don't think I will. It would take a really tough grader to do that. But man, PSA 10 goes for 50 and goes for 95 in the same day. I don't mind paying 20 bucks for this card, especially with the low shipping cost. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm confident that'll be a $80 card in a couple months, hopefully. Can go through a couple more of these. I have one order in assembly right now and one value max order that's on its way back that I'm very excited to make a video on. Yeah, those corners just look soft. Okay. It's like a scuff right there on the surface. Could be a fingerprint. That's the illusion in me when I want to buy a card. No, it's possible. It really could be. Actually, these corners look really good. Let's take a look and see. Got some nice stuff. Hmm. Don't see any major red flags that he grades. Okay, so this is out of 150. Two of them went for 256. That's a good deal. 55, 160, 113. Are there any PSA copies? I want to know whose idea it is to keep designing cards with black backs. I know. Or like Optic with the light blue ones. Like it doesn't even look good. Silver did 440. These are going to come down quite a bit though. Um, oh yeah, this is April. Yeah, they've already come down a lot, I'm sure. So out of 175, that is wild. Out of 175 did 3 grand in March. Do not be that person. Do not be that person that sets this comp. And a month later, you have it for $1,000 less. Big Mike, hey, thanks for joining. Okay, yeah, I mean, let's look at what the silver is doing right now. PSA 10 is doing okay, 330. What's the raw doing? 46. Dang, those margins are crazy. They'll come down more, but wow, those margins are wild. Okay, so what was the out of 150 doing again? 160, 113. Oh man, I mean, it looks pretty good. I would probably go like 130 on it. Jaden Daniels base PSA 10 Prism during the playoffs. Yeah. Didn't the first one go for like 1,000 or something like that? When will people learn? It boggles my mind. Boggles my mind. Every year it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Red Ice Swimby? 3K? Are you serious? Wow. What are they now? I'm curious. I didn't grade any base Prism this year. Um, Probably like 200 now if I had to guess. Maybe more than that. But some graded stuff. Mostly raw though. Tough to know for sure. Ah, it's tough to know for sure. Let's look at the comp. Some people have too much money. Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to sum it up. I would put like a $26 bid on this, and if I win it, great. If not, no big deal. What do you think of cracking slabs? So I've never cracked a PSA slab and resubmitted it. I've cracked some slabs from other grading companies and submitted them to PSA, um, which I am a fan of that strategy. I just think it's a little bit inconsistent and it takes a little bit too long. I like I talked about earlier, I like um, kind of being able to streamline my process, just keep it simple and keep it consistent. And with cracking slabs, you kind of have to find really specific candidates to be able to do that with, where the grade is high enough, the margins are there, the subgrades are good enough if it's Beckett, stuff like that. I do think that, if you feel a card is severely undergraded that you've submitted to PSA and it's worth resubmitting, then yeah, I think that can be good. I just never have. Um, okay, let's check back on Facebook now. And by the way, if anyone wants links to the Facebook groups I'm in, feel free to message me. You can reach out to me on Instagram about it. My Instagram is in the description. Also, I'll go ahead and put my email in the chat as well. If anyone wants to shoot me an email, I'll send them the links to the Facebook groups if you guys don't have Instagram. Or, like I said, if you want to jump on a call with me, you can ask me questions. If you want to start using my website to track your stuff, I can get you set up with that, help you, get started, know how you can save time with it, and see if it's a good fit, or just answer any grading questions you have or whatever. Happy to jump on calls with you guys. So let's jump back over here. See if there's any new. Man, this is hilarious. This is really funny. So my post, buying Wemby rookies, also buying Cooper Flag, raw Bowman Chrome. 2009 Topps Chrome Refractor, DeMar DeRozan. Cannot make this stuff up. But I am totally fine digging through the weeds to find good buys on Facebook. It is a gold mine. There's a lot of people who are new to the hobby who join breaks that don't have eBay accounts or don't want to deal with the eBay fees, and they'll just sell on these Facebook groups because it's a lower barrier to entry and you can snatch up a lot of gradable stuff. Um, let's see. Oh, okay, so he was messaging me about this card. Okay. What's your offer, sir? It's always good to check people's profiles too, just to make sure they're not scammers. Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to learning more things, and I'm not opposed to cracking slabs, um, and resubmitting them. I definitely don't think it's good to crack them and sell them raw unless you disclose that it was graded and what the grade was. But yeah, in terms of cracking slabs from other companies or cracking PSA slabs to resubmit, I see nothing wrong with that at all. As long as I'm just not very good at it, I guess, or haven't really put the time into going that route. Just checking to see if there's any new comments here. Yeah, nothing really new. So we'll jump back to eBay now, and we will go for flag, and we will do Chrome, Bowman, or Tops. If you do the parentheses search like that with comma separated words, it'll search for anything that matches either of those terms. So that can help with searches. Green shimmer. Highly doubt that's a $50 card. Maybe it is. Looks a little off center, but we'll take a look. Fractor, we'll take a look. Yeah, I mean, we'll look at all this stuff. The hobby really benefits when there's a good draft class or even one good prospect. We saw it this past year with the football class. It's brought in so many new people into the hobby. We saw it with Caitlin Clark, WNBA. We saw it with Wemby last year. Cooper Flag hopefully is going to have a similar effect. I don't mind taking a look at that stuff too. That one's a little too off center to even consider. So I have not bought a single Cooper Flag card yet, actually. I was waiting for this stream to really get into it. Um, so this is fresh for me. Let's go ahead and check some of these out. I remember when people were paying 200 plus for Jaden Daniels gold standard napkin patches numbered to 500. Yeah, that weren't even player worn or anything like that, which I think is the dumbest thing. Um, why have a patch if it's not player worn at least? That is just that is ridiculous to me. That is a new low. Okay, so this one is pretty off-centered. Yeah, I don't know. Let's look at everything else and see. Looks like there could be some scratches there. Have you thought about getting into soccer? I would love to get into soccer. Yeah. Um, I really didn't do baseball super heavy until this past year, actually. Baseball was kind of my learning thing this past year, so maybe soccer will be this coming year. It's hard to say if those are just on the card or sorry, if they're just flecks on the card or if they're actual scratches. Um, hmm. Clean up some of our tabs really quick. I'll check comps here and see. I'll never understand the hype. Yeah, I, yeah, it's always good to wait, whether you're buying singles to collect or whether you're buying singles to grade. You gotta wait like a month before, um, like after the set comes out before you start buying them to grade. So comps are kind of all over the place. 30 PSA 10 did 103, PSA 10 did 77. 30 is tough if the PSA 10 is only 90-ish dollars. What's the shipping on it? 451. And it's questionable if it's even gradable or not. It's already at 26. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass on it. Don't have FOMO. Don't have FOMO. There's plenty of cards. The only thing you're missing out on is the fun work of reselling raw or getting PSA 9s if you try to force it. So this one's looks a little bit better centered. I think the centering is good enough on this one. Let's see what these ones are doing. Anybody buy WWE? I'm gonna start getting into that. Yeah, I don't, but I know a lot of people do. People will always be gambling addicts. Yeah, there's a lot I could go into with that topic. I think it's whatever your purpose is in the hobby. If you're trying to make profit, if you're trying to, flip to fund your collection or whatever, or if you're just buying cards and don't want to do any selling, just have a budget. Just set a budget that you and your family, your dependents are okay with, and it's fun and it'll work out just fine. So $52 seems, yeah, one did 37 today. Yeah, this guy looks fine. I mean, I'd be okay matching that like 30, no 38. Be okay matching that. It's a bit of a risk, but I feel like the silver will go quite a bit higher than um, the purple ones. That could be a $120 card. Yeah, PSA 9 did 51. That was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I'm okay with that bid. Yeah. Green shimmer. Some print lines. It's common with shimmers. As long as they're not too thick, usually it doesn't knock the grade down. Some people don't know what a budget is till they graduate high school. Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that corner. Good thing I looked at the back. Yeah. Don't want anything to do with that. Some people don't know what a budget is when they're on their deathbed. Okay, yeah. Let me know if you guys have any questions, any more questions. Oh, this one's pretty off-centered. Yeah, look at that. Look how thin that is compared to down here. It's a fun time to be grading. It's a fun time to be in the hobby. PSA is a little crazy right now, but I mean, I don't like it, and I'll always voice my concerns with PSA, but there are unique opportunities that come when when PSA is struggling because less people are grading and creates more opportunities for those who are willing to wait a little longer. And shimmer here. No picture of the back. Do you think you'll do cards full time at some point? That's the goal. Yeah, that's definitely the goal. I am working really hard to reach that goal. Um, Print line going through here, some going up and down. I'm not too concerned about that though. Yeah, I'm very much working towards that goal of going full time. Um, I don't know exactly when that will be the case. I have a full-time job. I'm in master's school right now, so I don't have a lot of time to put into this. Um, 35, 28, 33. PSA 10 did 132 just yesterday. That's pretty good. I would do like 36 on this. Double check this guy's other items. Yeah, nothing looks too concerning there. Um, so yeah, I'll go 36 on this. I've been in cards full time the last 2 years. That's amazing, man. That's the dream life. Do you do mostly raw to grade? Would you say is that where the bulk of your profit comes, or do you rely on like buying collections or doing a lot of shows? I'm curious. I always like to talk to people who are doing it full time just to see how they can make it work. This one's way off centered left to right. Okay, we'll just take a look at a couple more of these. And then we will go into a couple more searches that I've been really excited to look into. Oh yeah, this one's $32 is the starting bid. There's no way that this card is. No, we even looked up the Premier, and the Premier PSA 10 silver did like 70 bucks or something like that. So no thanks. Okay, let's jump into some other searches. As I mentioned earlier, there are players that you can grade year round, kind of evergreen players. It might be harder to move them depending on the time of year, but um, it's good to supplement your orders with some of this stuff, especially if you're having a hard time finding inventory. Like Prism's tough this year, lackluster NBA class. So you kind of have to get creative. You kind of have to supplement with other things. Got to find a way to make this more um, types of things that I actually want. Been near 100% pure raw to grade the last 7 to 8 months, buying at 80 to 85%. Fine, but yeah, grading margins. Yeah, man, I totally agree with that. I think it's so cutthroat to try to buy, at 80% and sell for 90 or whatever. There's just so much competition there. Um, we're just gonna do a best match search here on everything. That's cool to see that you do mostly all raw to grade. Hopefully that means I'm on the right track. Honestly, a big part of it for me is it's a capital issue. Um, I started in 2020. I sold my old collection and had about $500 from that. And that's what I used for my first grading order. And then I've just reinvested ever since then. Um, so I haven't put any outside money in other than about $900 of money from me donating plasma back in my undergrad days. So I've just flipped, continued to flip. So a lot of it is just once I get enough capital, I feel like I can move into full time fairly quickly once I take care of the capital issue. Yeah, especially with the repacker economy. Now it's almost impossible to buy a chunk below comps. Yeah, exactly. I like to sell to repackers. On Facebook, I've connected with several. It's a good way to go about it. Um, so yeah, high profit, low volume. Yeah, that's the goal. That is the goal. I don't know how they do centering on these tops. this year. Yeah, I mean, I'm always a sucker for the lower dollar stuff where there's margins to be made. That corner looks a little bit off, but those back corners don't look the best either. Yeah, so I'm gonna pass on that one. I sell to a couple repackers myself, steady business. Yeah, I mean, it's a win-win. You can cash out at, and a lot of times, more than what you'd net from eBay by selling huge lots. You save shipping time, you save listing time. It's definitely a helpful way to scale your business. You don't have to rely on, um, you don't have to auction things off or consign things, but it's still kind of that same idea where you're dumping off a lot of inventory in one shot. So quick consign. I need to do a little bit more research on the Otani 2025 stuff. But what we can do is look for LeBron James Prism 2024. It's kind of a staple for me, being able to grade some lower end parallels of the legend players. And if you're grading them at a pretty high clip, gem rate wise, do pretty well. Nice. You also only put in a set amount and then just snowballed. That's awesome, man. Good to hear. Well, congrats. That's huge. Um, it's definitely not an easy thing to make it happen full time. Takes a lot of work, I'm sure. Do you find yourself working like long hours every week, would you say? I'm just curious and sorry, you don't need to answer any of these questions if you don't want to. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm very interested in the ins and outs of it when it's a full-time thing. Ah, it's always the back, isn't it? Series 1 paper, tough to gem. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've had issues with that in the past, so that is tricky for sure. Always love talking cards. Yeah, that's awesome. If you have an Instagram or something, you should drop it in the chat. I'd love to shoot you a follow over there and just kind of keep tabs on what you're doing and stuff. We'll quickly head back over to Facebook and see. Actually, maybe what we can do is we can comp out that one. I think it was over here. We can comp out that one bulk deal. See if I can send the guy an offer. It wasn't this one. It was this one, I believe. I'd say not crazy hours anymore, but I could spend 10 hours on eBay in a day, for example, especially on a busy auction day. Fair enough, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I probably will ask for back pictures of some of these, but I usually just kind of open up a notepad and just do comps here. So we have the Wemby, Monopoly. That's the Monopoly Man one. Wemby, there's the Dazzle. Wemby, Optic, Shock, Concourse Silver, Concourse Source, orange, flash. Okay. And then just kind of come over here, do a little copy and paste. Same name on all the socials. I probably just use X the most. Though, just made my first YouTube. Oh, nice. Awesome. I'd love to shoot you a follow over there and see. Let's see, I don't know what this is called. Oh, black and white. Okay. So PSA 10 did 310. I guess I can. 382, 366. The raw one's doing, if I can even find one. And I cannot find a single one. That is crazy. Razzle Dazzle we looked up earlier here. 103.96. Last month did 128, but yeah, these are both more recent, so I would say like 100 on that. Higher end stuff, but I need at least one big bulk sub a month. One can have a cost of goods sold of 5 to 8K. Nice. Okay. Don't want any of the. Oh, I guess. Fuck. Nice. Definitely not there yet, but I'm working towards that. 30 bucks, 18 bucks, 62. That's crazy. 35, 30. 24, 18, 20, 5 bucks, 20. I'm fine valuing that at 20. Yeah, we'll probably just go for 7 more minutes. I'll probably just kind of share some closing thoughts in the next couple minutes. 23, 40, 20, 18, 30, 25. 25 is fine. So then what I would do is just come over here and just message this guy. Send that over, get that started. Can't wait to get there myself. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Thanks for stopping by, Nomad Cards. I appreciate the insights. You have Facebook deals shipped or are these local meetups? They're all shipped. I do things completely remotely. Um, yeah, completely remotely. So people have concern about that, you know, buyer protection on Facebook. As long as you look at the profiles and as long as you use PayPal goods and services for payment, you'll be just fine. You'll be totally fine. Um, so yeah, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's enjoyable for me. I like putting stuff out and just sharing my experience. Um, cool. Yeah. So I mean, just kind of as some closing thoughts, like moving into basketball now for the next several months, hopefully. Um, I will hopefully be able to get a lot of Wemby stuff. He's a guy that I'm targeting a lot. Just in general, you want to be looking at what PSA's current turnaround times are. You can find that here, the running PSA order tracker, in blowout card forums. Then you want to be thinking, what are people going to be buying when I get these orders back? If I submit an order next week, what are people going to be buying in 4 months, 3 months, whatever? So that's how I like to look at it. You don't want to get burned with holding stuff into the season. Just keep the process simple, keep it repeatable. Right now, basketball is a good area to be in. Unless you're doing some more higher end football that you're going to send in higher level submissions, which I still do intend to do. I'm on the lookout for you know, like Caleb Williams, Topps Chrome autos, types of things that I can send in higher level submissions and get them back in time. But by and large, for bulk, you don't want to be submitting football at this point. Um, Kind of good to move into basketball. So yeah, um, I'll just hang out for a couple more minutes while I look through some of this stuff. If anyone has any more questions, and yeah, thank you all for joining, and we'll kind of end it here in the next couple minutes. With PSA's turnaround, it might be time to grade baseball. I know, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is crazy how just the how much things can change in a short period of time. Very, very crazy. You guys think Bronny will have a solid market in the offseason? Oh, he's a tough one to say. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stay away from him personally. That might be a mistake on my part, but I'm gonna stay away personally. Thank you for joining, Kurt. Always good to talk with you. Okay, Capital Cards. If you could give a quick rundown on how the buying process on Facebook works as far as payment and shipping. Yeah, yeah. So I can just pull up a notepad. So basically, when I buy, I make a post, get comments, negotiate deals via comments slash messenger, close the deal, and then send payment via PayPal goods and services. So part of the negotiation there can be, determine who will pay the goods and services fee. It's 3%, but it offers buyer and seller protection. So by default, the seller pays it, but sometimes they'll ask the buyer to pay it. So just adding an additional 3%. And then your address will already be in PayPal. So then you just basically request tracking, and 95% of the time, things go smooth. They'll send the tracking within the next day or two. You'll get it. Everything's great. If they don't, if any issues, open a case via PayPal, and they're always really good. I've never had a problem getting my money back with PayPal. You don't want to wait too long though. I think it's like a 60-day window or something. So keep track of, you know, when you get cards, make sure to keep track of which ones you've received and which ones you haven't. So that's something to keep in mind. But this is basically it. Let me know if that clears it up. Um, Hopefully that makes enough sense. Let me know if you have any additional questions about that, though. Definitely can be a daunting process for those who haven't done it before. So $430 for this. I feel like that's not too bad of a original licensed reprint. It's probably just an AI description, but I guess I better contact me. Sure. Using a credit card through PayPal would add extra protection too. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is a card that looks pretty good to me. Um, I would try to see if I could make a strong offer on this. I actually just submitted one of the, well, I guess it was the geometric, aqua geometric, Caleb Williams to PSA. But I feel like around 400-ish should be a decent, oh, maybe not. 747 for the PSA 10. 430 for the geometric. I think I paid 400 for mine. Man, 250 for the PSA 9? That seems pretty low. 450 there about a month ago. 445. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say without a solid PSA 10 comp. Just the regular aqua. It's also the regular aqua. 1100 on this one, but that was almost a month ago. 1000, that was a month and a half ago. Yeah, it's tough. I would probably come in at like 350 on this. Um, and I would potentially even be open to see if he's okay with doing a PayPal deal off of eBay for like 350. Um, so maybe that's what I'll do. I don't want to start that yet because I just want to make sure that this, I don't know, this license reprint thing is throwing me off. But anyway, we'll call it good there for the night. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, again, feel free to email me, reach out on Instagram. Um, yeah, I'm always happy to chat. I'm an open book. So any questions you have or anything you want to chat about, let me know. Looking forward to another one of these in a month. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. I have an awesome PSA reveal coming up hopefully this week. Um, You tried to get a guy off of eBay and he reported you. Yeah, I am worried about that. I don't want my account to get shut down, but you can save a lot of money going off of eBay. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys joining in. Um, yeah, good PSA reveal coming up in the next week or so. So yeah, very excited for what's coming, and we will catch you guys next time. Have a good night.